Almost every day when I was growing up, my mother, grandmother, and 3 older sisters would sit together, tell family stories, and talk through family problems. On those precious days, I would join them to listen as I combed, oiled, brushed their hair, and learned from their stories. One story I loved was about praise hair. I wrote about it in my first book, Cornrows. We have ironed it on ironing boards, pressed it with pressing combs. We have pulled it with pullers, choked it with Dixie Peach, Royal Crown, lard, caused premature balding by brushing it too hard. We have hidden it under do-rags, head rags, wigs, marcelled it, crokinoled it, finger waved it, glued it, relaxed it, and blown it out. But our hair has a mind of its own. It just keeps going home to cornrows, the tradition. Cornrows, the style, to Cornrows, the book. Sister tells the story. Mama tells the story. Daddy tells the story. Me too tells the story. And great-grandma tells the story. She said, there is a spirit that lives inside of you. It keeps on growing, it never dies. Sometimes, when we're afraid, it trembles. Sometimes, when we are hurt and ready to give up, it barely flickers. But it keeps growing. It never dies. Then Mama said, a long, long time ago, in a land called Africa, our ancient people worked through their spirit to give life meaning and to give praise. And through their spirit gave form to symbols of honor, wisdom, love, and strength. Symbols which live forever just to give praise. Now, some symbols took form in royal stews, Grandma said. Some took form in sculptured ware. Some symbols took form in ritual masquerade. And Mama said some symbols took form in braided hair. Oh, you could tell the clan, the village, by the style of hair they wore. Then the royal Yoruba people were wearing 60 braids and more. You would know the princess, queen, and bride by number of the braid. You would know the gods they worshiped by the pattern that they made. Then a terrible thing happened. But the spirit is not changed by time, place, class, or fame, not even by hate or shame. Oh no, you see, it's a spirit that makes a symbol, and the symbol goes by many names. Little girl, little boy, let's play the hair name game. Every day a different style, every day a different name. Name it Robeson, name it Malcolm, you can name it Dr. King. Name it Du Bois, name it Garvin, name it something you can sing. Name it Tubman, name it Hamer, you can style a Fannie Lou. Name it Nzinga, Rosa Parks, and please name it Hatshepsut too. Name it Powell, Carver, Richard Wright, Langston Hughes. Name it Belafonte, name it Baldwin, name it Glory, name it Blues. Name it Miriam, Catherine Dunham, Mary Bethune, and Josephine. Name it Aretha, name it Nina, name it Priestess, name it Queen. This is a Cornrows story of a family tradition that came across the ocean in the spirit of a people. This is a Cornrows story about the people's spirit. When you're quiet, you can hear it and feel it in your fingers when you work the braids. This is a Cornrows story of tragedy and glory, of how the spirit never dies, only changes, rearranges, gonna live forever, gonna live forever. Cornrows stories, an ocean of memories, joining 2 worlds. Cornrows stories, an ocean of memories, enriching 2 worlds. Cornrows stories, an ocean of memories, framing 2 worlds, teaching 2 worlds, healing 2 worlds, loving 2 worlds, growing 2 worlds, ever flowing, Cornrows stories, ever flowing. Cornrows stories, gonna live forever, gonna live forever. Cornrows, where you been? I've been undercover, but I'm back again. Talking about cornrows, talking about cornrows, talking about cornrows. Gonna live forever, gonna live forever. Cornrows. Our hair has a mind of its own. It just keeps going home. Home to braids, home to froze, home to locks, home to twists, home to cornrows. And that's why I'm here today. 34 years ago, I wrote a book called Cornrows, and today, grandmothers are bringing me their children, buying new copies of it. Why? Because it's a story about our people, about our culture, about our family, about our heritage. And a couple of months ago, one of our great directors came to me and said, Camille, you should have Cornrows made into a docudrama. I had been wanting that for years, and why do I want it more today? It's because we need it more today than ever. We need that book, Cornrows, the story of our people. And in the book, the story starts here in America, and then it goes to Africa, then it comes back here. We need to see that. We need to stretch that story out. The story is about values. It's about courage. It's about honor. It's about wisdom. It's about family. It's about love. And we need that more today than ever. So I'm coming to you here on Indiegogo to tell you that our story, I can't come to you and approach it in a cheap way, because we're going to have to pay for all of this telling of our truth. And so I'm going to propose that we raise like $100,000 to put this story into the form of a docudrama. We need that. Now, maybe you don't know me, so I'll tell you a little bit about me. In 1971, my first article came out in the New York Times. It was a full-page, half-page article, and it was about our culture. It was about theater, how we are presented on the stage. On the stage. And I talked about other people imitating our culture. No, we have to take our culture back. We have to take our culture back. Little Tree Growing in the Shade. I wrote that's about the origins of our music, because if we don't know our music, the greatness, we will do anything. So we have to know the origins of our music. Little Tree Growing in the Shade. Then here we come right on to the Shimmer Shine Queens. Today you read a lot about bullying, all of that kind of thing. There was bullying in this story, but mainly it was about a mother and a father and what happens to the children when the mother or the father is taken away. And we need to talk about that. That's what I wrote about. My first album was The Iron Pot Cooker, and I talked about hand-me-down love, hand-me-down pain, and relationships within the family. And this is what Cornrows is about. It's about our people. And I have to say, it's right now my work is always focused on the people of African ancestry. And so you who write to Facebook, you who are all over the world looking at this, I want you, please, go in your pocket and help us bring this to a special on the screen. Cornrows. You can do it through Indiegogo.